It was a news story that left the fans of Pawn Stars breathless. Rumors began circulating that Richard Kevin Harrison, better known as Rick Harrison, had been sentenced to life in prison. Rick, famous for his straightforward approach to business and his vast historical knowledge on the show, suddenly found himself in the midst of a serious legal problem. No one saw it coming. For years, Pawn Stars captivated millions, showcasing the fascinating world of pawn trading, rare artifacts, intense negotiations, and the daily drama inside Rick's famous pawn shop in Las Vegas. But now, his successful TV career has taken a dark and unexpected turn. What could he have done to deserve such a severe sentence? Join us as we explore the events that led to this shocking turn in Rick Harrison's life and the details of a case that has shocked the entire United States. Richard Kevin Harrison, American businessman and television personality, was born on March 22, 1965, in Lexington, North Carolina. At the young age of 2, he moved with his family to San Diego, California, where he spent most of his childhood. As a child, Rick was diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 8, which led him to spend long periods at home reading books. This routine strengthened his love for history and allowed him to develop a remarkable memory, something that would later play a crucial role in his television career. His childhood wasn't easy due to his illness. He frequently missed school and eventually dropped out during his second year of high school. However, this setback did not halt his ambition or his desire to learn. Rick turned to self-study, devouring books on history, economics, and antiques. This discipline made him an expert without formal academic training, a characteristic that would set him apart on screen. During his teenage years, he began working with his father in various businesses. It was in this environment that Rick developed a keen eye for identifying the value and authenticity of objects, skills that would later become essential to his path to success. At 17, his then-girlfriend Kim became pregnant, which led them to get married. They had 2 children, Corey and Adam, before divorcing 8 years later. In 1981, the Harrison family moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, where Rick's father, Richard Benjamin Harrison, known to fans as the Old Man, opened a coin shop called Gold and Silver Coin Shop. In 1989, that shop evolved into the world-famous Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, the main setting of Pawn Stars. This transition was strategic, as the Harrisons saw pawn trading as a more lucrative business than dealing in coins. The early years were tough. Rick and his father worked exhausting hours to build a reputation in Las Vegas. Rick often dealt with difficult clients and complicated situations, experiences that strengthened his character and honed his negotiation skills. By the early 2000s, Rick had become a recognized figure in Las Vegas for his expertise in collectible items and historical pieces. His shop had become a go-to destination for locals and tourists seeking rare and valuable items. Seeing the entertainment potential in his business, Rick began pitching the idea of a reality TV show based on the daily life of the shop. After years of rejections and persistence, he finally secured a deal with the History Channel in 2009. Thus, Pawn Stars was born, a show that depicted the daily activities at Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, with Rick, his son Corey, Big Hoss, his father the Old Man, and their friend Austin Chumley Russell as the main stars. Together, they evaluated, bought, and sold items of great historical value or dubious provenance. The show was an immediate success and turned Rick from a local businessman into a TV celebrity. His straightforward style, memorable phrases, and impressive knowledge of historical items made him a fan favorite. His famous line, "Best I can offer you," became iconic whenever he negotiated with a client. What set Pawn Stars apart from other reality shows was its educational component, which Rick insisted on maintaining. Each episode included detailed historical information about the items, with Rick providing context and background that demonstrated his vast knowledge. This approach attracted a diverse audience, making the show one of the most successful on the network. Under his leadership, the shop grew exponentially, attracting tourists from all over the world, many of whom came to see the shop in person. The sales of promotional products skyrocketed, and Rick leveraged his fame to write books, make public appearances, and even open a restaurant. The success of Pawn Stars took Rick to new levels of fame. He appeared on numerous talk shows, graced magazine covers, and participated as a speaker at business events. His story of humble beginnings to TV star resonated with millions of Americans. His honest and practical approach to business earned him respect even outside the entertainment world. As the visible face of the show, Rick was often the voice of reason, moderating his son Corey's impulsive decisions or Chumley's antics. His relationship with his father, the old man, was marked by mutual respect, forged after years of working side by side. When his father passed away in 2018, Rick honored his legacy by maintaining the business with the same values. Regarding his personal life, during the height of the show's fame, Rick experienced both stability and change. After divorcing his first wife, Kim, he married Tracy Harrison, with whom he was for 27 years before separating in 2011. 2 years later, in 2013, he married Diana Bordett in a ceremony officiated by his Pawn Stars co-star Danny Cocker, with Chum Lee as the ring bearer. Although he kept his family life private, he occasionally shared personal moments on the show, revealing his more intimate and human side. Rick didn't limit himself to just the pawn shop. He expanded his empire by opening Rick's Rolling Smoke Barbecue and Tavern, located right next to the shop in Pawn Plaza. He also co-authored a book in 2011 titled License to Pawn, Deals, Steals, and My Life at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, where he shared his business philosophy and career. Always seeking new opportunities, Rick stayed active as an entrepreneur, trying to expand his brand into different sectors. Throughout his career, Rick demonstrated an extraordinary ability to find value where others didn't see it. On Pawn Stars, viewers saw him examine everything from historical documents to classic cars, ancient artifacts, and modern collectibles. Though he often called in experts to verify pieces outside his knowledge, this reflected his good business judgment and ability to know when to trust specialists. Over the years, Rick made countless purchases, some brilliant deals and others less so. He was particularly known for his expertise in firearms, watches, and items related to American history. One of his most famous acquisitions was a 2001 New England Patriots Super Bowl ring, for which he paid $2,600, though its real value was much higher. Another notable purchase was a set of Spanish gold doubloons recovered from a 1715 shipwreck, combining his passion for history with precious metals. However, not everything was positive in his career. As is often the case with public figures, Rick's life was not without controversy, many of which arose from his own decisions. In 2023, a dark chapter in his history began when he faced serious legal issues. It all started when federal agents raided his residence in Las Vegas as part of an investigation that had been ongoing for several months. Initially, the public did not know the reasons behind the operation, which sparked a wave of speculation on social media. The raid was an absolute shock to fans and Rick's inner circle. FBI agents, accompanied by IRS investigators and representatives from the Department of Cultural Heritage Protection, executed search warrants at both his home and the pawn shop. During the operation, employees and customers were temporarily detained while agents confiscated computers, documents, and various items from the inventory. Corey, Rick's son, was at the shop during the raid and described the scene as something out of a movie. Witnesses reported that Rick remained calm as agents escorted him out of his home. Neighbors filmed the moment with their phones, and the images quickly spread across the internet. Details about the investigation gradually began to emerge. Authorities were investigating a sophisticated scheme involving tax evasion, money laundering, dealings with high-value items, and the trade of illegally obtained artifacts. It appeared that the investigation was triggered by suspicious reports detected by financial institutions and complaints from former business partners of Rick. In the following weeks, the History Channel temporarily suspended production of Pawn Stars and issued a brief statement saying they were monitoring the situation and would take action as new information emerged. The gold and silver pawn shop remained open, but with a noticeable decrease in customers. The legal cloud hanging over Rick was starting to affect the business.